Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So the very first channel that we're looking at today is a friend of well over 3 years. This is the Bud Files, and they literally seem to be everywhere all the time, not just here in the Superchat family and the channels that spider out from us, but many different communities. It feels like I run into them all the time, literally every day when I'm out trying to support creators myself as well. So the Bud Files are growing rapidly. They're now over 2,100 subscribers. This is a family of creators that seeks to be modern day archaeologists. And the idea behind the beginnings of the channel were to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video, which they've done, but they've really expanded the content on the channel, especially over the last year to year and a half or so. I can see I'm behind with their videos, as a matter of fact, surprisingly. A surprising amount, but I'm just going to grab their latest Way Back Wednesday video. They give us a bit of history every single week here. Put that into a special playlist I use. I call it my catch-up playlist, so I can keep caught up or get caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. The Bud Files is monetized as a channel, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got some shorts on the channel, and this is where we start to see a lot of the variety that this family brings in their content. They've gotten into 5,000 views, one of them over 15,000, which is great to see, and you get an idea of some of the variety when we dig through the thumbnails there. When we get into live streams, they're live occasionally. Seems like they've been pulling these about once a week lately, but they've been at it sporadically for years. They might be out on an adventure like this Newcastle parade, as a matter of fact, which is a new video for them from a few days ago. They could be at home, they could be singing, dancing, playing a game, bowling in the house. They could be outdoors, it could be day, it could be night. They do just about a little bit of everything, as well as taking us to the traditional ghost towns and abandoned locations like graveyards and cemeteries and other historic places as well. So lots to learn on the channel and lots of support to come for you when you connect with them. If you dig through some of their videos, you're going to find a lot of shout outs as well. They passed 2,000 subscribers just about a month ago, and they do shout outs for every major milestone. So I'd love for you to get some support coming back from them. I hope you'll connect with the Bud Files. Like I said, they're literally everywhere all the time, so I'm sure you'll see them on your own channel after being here today. The Numismaniac is in the house. I'm getting them onto the wheel. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position, as he always is. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube now. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He can't always be here just due to his work schedule, but he's here whenever he can be. And then Canadian Family Life and Shades of Grey were both early in the door. I was lucky to catch just Jason Keto and more for his live stream last night. He goes live every Thursday. Butler Family Farm is here with us every day as well. That's 116 acres of property that they show us around. Rushing Wind Mountain is here. Jeremy D-Day, who's been with me about 5 years, is also in the house. So I've got a lot of the member names onto the wheel right now, but after a long period of time, usually an hour or so, I will start adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation, over the course of the stream. And I see Gail Southern Living is in the house. P&J's Homestead Adventure, Consume the Goodness is here. Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. I'll do some more introductions. Our Treasured Home has just snuck in. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is also here. Cruising is fun anytime. It's always good to see you. I've been lucky to be able to catch some of the morning shows. Again, Cruising is fun anytime is Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures with a second channel. They're with Eddie Lugo Studios every morning, and they continue to promote the Superchat channel and family, for which I'm grateful, and they do a great job of keeping us updated every single day on travel, particularly cruising news. Together We Travel is over there with them often, as is Controversial Cruising, of course, and then Joshua Gabriel is a long time incredible supporter in many communities. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is here with us just about every day, along with Travels and Gardening with DJ. And I see Roadhog is in the house, and Twinbrook Acres has been making frequent appearances as well. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Michael's Adventures, in fact, is in the house. I wondered if he might make it in. Like I said, he always sends his regards and lets us know where he's thinking about us when he's working and can't be in a stream, but he makes it for every stream that he can. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And I see Kelly Family Adventures along with Trigger, Thriller Gamer, both in the house, so good to see you here. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen. So this is a channel that's now growing rapidly as well. They've been a friend of well over 3 years, probably 3.5 by now. The creator behind this channel is Ruby. You hear them called by name in many different chats, including here in our streams. Rushing Wind Mountain comes from the Pacific Northwest and brings us nature and wildlife videos. Some of them are very lengthy, getting into an hour and far beyond. And then they also have experimented with a lot of live streams. They've got one coming up on Sunday, as a matter of fact. So when we look at their channel, we see that they've experimented both with vertical as well as vertical or portrait, as well as horizontal or landscape formats for their live streams. You get an idea from their thumbnails about some of the beautiful nature that they're bringing to us. A lot of people would describe this in the ASMR type of category just because it's pleasing visuals, pleasing audio a lot of the time. But if you dig through the shorts on this channel, you're also going to find some humorous moments due to the wildlife. And when we get into these, we see that they've gotten into 11,000, 12,000, even 16,000 views and beyond. So they're using all three formats to grow their channels. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They've been officially on the road to 4,000 for a while, and we'd love to push them towards that exciting milestone. We always say you're on the road when you get to a 100 milestone, and since they've passed 3,900, we know that they're officially on the road to 4K. John H. Shelton, the Vlogging Life is here. Yarn Again, I just put onto the wheel. They've been here a few minutes. I'm going to get Dawn Southern Finds Dawn onto the wheel as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We'll spin right now. Life with Tanisha RN. Forgive me, I know you've been here since the beginning of the stream. Good to see you in the house. That would be nice. The Numismaniac, absolutely, yes. I'm loving positivity in the chat. And pardon me, I should have put another channel up, but that's okay. The Numismaniac will come up right now. There's a fellow Canadian. Then Consume the Goodness actually just gifted a membership. So thank you for that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. Consume the Goodness has done that kind of thing before. And I see that P&J's Homestead Adventure has picked up that gifted membership. So as long as they're still in the chat, which my bet is that they are, I'll put them onto the wheel right away. And Slim Jim Longfoot is here. Edna's World is in the house. It's just barely over a month now before we drop that 4th episode in our video series. The next one comes up next Saturday, 1 week from tomorrow. So hopefully everybody will join us for that. That'll come as a premiere. I'm very late for getting it ready. I'll try to get it done over the weekend. It's mostly edited. I just got to finish it off and publish it. It'll come up as a premiere in lieu of a live stream. And I feel like I'm missing another couple of channels. YouTube Supporters is in the house, and they left a comment the other day. So thank you for coming into a live stream as well. They've let us know they want to support creators also. I have yet to check the channel out, but it's great to have you here. And then one of the things we always want to think about here in Tuber Chat, the best success always comes in making the first move. Leading with generosity, doing things for others that we wish, of course, they would do for us, knowing that they will turn around and connect with us after we've set ourselves up with them. The instructions are always in our video description for anybody that's brand new as well. And I'm getting Consume the Goodness just ready to go, but we're looking at a fellow Canadian, the Numismaniac. I'm going to talk about their content now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Ashley, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They've been making frequent appearances as well. Sweet Melissa is here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel, and then we're going to talk about what the Numismaniac is doing on their channel. Right this second, they've got a Canadian coin challenge going on with giveaways as a part of the series. So these videos tend to be quite short. Remember, we're always looking for videos that are over 3 minutes when we're connecting with channels. But if you dig through the Numismaniac's content, you're going to find plenty of videos and live streams long over 3 minutes. But I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up playlist again so I can hopefully keep caught up with them. The Numismaniac is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, other collectibles, and precious metals, along with preparedness. They've got quite a vibrant community, and when you join them for a live stream, first of all, you're going to see the skipper right there, and then he's often got StreamYard panels with other guests that come up. They talk collectibles, numismatics, and a lot of history as well. So I'm just putting on a notification for another live stream that they've got coming up featuring some history, and that'll be tomorrow. It's 3 p.m. Eastern, and you'll check your local time zone when you get to the channel. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. The Numismaniac has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. It's got to be well beyond a couple of years now. Could even be as many as 3 years. One of the first numismatic and collectible channels to come into the Superchat family. As a matter of fact, I just went back to grab one of their older metal detecting videos off of the channel as well for my shares on the community tab, which I always do in advance, and that gives me a chance to spread the love between everybody in the Superchat family for everything here, including content, getting on the wheel, having your channel promoted, and having community post shares for your content. You do not have to be a member. You do not have to be a super chatter. I split everything up between everybody, including our beloved and dedicated moderators. Together We Travel, I think I said hello already. Wayne's World Unlimited dropped a super chat. He's done that kind of thing countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Consume the Goodness gifted a membership, so we'll look at their channel next. We'll get to Wayne's World Unlimited in a moment, and I see a few more channels have come in. Savage Batman is here, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Brandy's Unboxings and More is in the house. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is still here. Izzy Ska, good to see you in the house. They're live just about every day. I caught them the other day. I think I missed you yesterday or today. And thank you, Savage Batman, for the like and the share, of course. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I'm almost certain I saw P&Js again. There they are. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And we'll get on to Consume the Goodness. This is a creator that wants to help us with healthy eating, a healthy lifestyle, a certified lifestyle and weight management coach. They're going to talk about mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health on their channel. They've already been a guest with Just Jason Keto and More just a couple of weeks ago, and it's great to hear a couple of familiar faces having a conversation once you've already seen them here in the Tuber Chat family, right? You can get an idea of the generosity behind these creators wanting to share knowledge and resources with others. So consume the goodness as well. I'm going to grab your latest video. This is brand new today. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them as well. I appreciate everybody's patience, by the way. Everything is fine, of course, as it always is, but I did have a unbelievably overwhelming week, so I just had to skip a couple of streams, but we're back. We expect to be here 3 times a week. We'll be back on Monday. I'll try to fit in one more stream during the week, Wednesday or Thursday, and then the next episode of our interview series comes on Saturday. So forgive me, Consume the Goodness is up on the screen right now. We're talking about their content. They're doing really well with some of these shorts. A lot of motivation, but a little bit of cooking videos or snack videos here as well. When we get into the popular ones, we see 12,000, 18,000, even 46,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on this channel as well. Up to about a month ago, they're doing these sporadically, but we'll keep our notification bell on for every channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. I'm just going to grab your latest, or one of your latest live streams from a month ago with Drea Lachey there. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list and rerun that. I think I caught them while they were live, but I must have hopped out, so my red line is not quite all the way. We'll make sure that that happens. And then, yes, thank you, Consume the Goodness. The music they're talking about, all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat, is available as copyright-free music you can use in your videos, as well as live streams. And if you look through the shorts part of the YouTube app, they're available in that system, as well as Instagram and TikTok and Apple Music and Deezer and Spotify and everywhere that we get our music these days. So thank you again, Consume the Goodness, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I see that Izzy Ska is doing the same thing. So I'm going to get their channel ready to go. I see that Controversial Cruising picked up that membership. If Controversial Cruising is still in the chat, I'll put them on the wheel right away. And right now, we're going to get Wayne's World Unlimited from the UK ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So I see Design with Emma, who's going to talk to us about interior decorating, as well as Chef Mama Bliss, one of our longest standing members, are both in the chat. Thank you for being here. I've got you on the wheel. Yes, Just Jason Keto and more, says Kendra from Consume the Goodness, is always inspiring, absolutely. It took me a while, but I did go back and watch their hour-long conversation on Just Jason Keto and More's channel. I'll point it out when I get to his channel at some point soon. So again, the best success here in Tuber Chat is always found in making the first move. We always have generosity at the forefront of our mind, knowing that truly, if we give much more than we expect from other people, we will get it back, and over a long period of time it comes back in an overwhelming way. You'll hear that in the stories that I tell about the creators on the screen. So, for instance, Wayne's World Unlimited, who has a unique channel, brings us over 800 subscribers, first of all, so nice and solid. And then this creator mixes up video shorts and streams. I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And we know that Wayne's World Unlimited brings us outdoors more than anything else. Stories to be told, looks around different areas. This creator also does one unique thing on their channel. Occasionally we see creators that sprinkle in a little bit of bloopers or outtakes throughout their videos. Wayne's World Unlimited will often give us a outtake video to go along with his main content. So that's a unique aspect to this channel. Wayne's World Unlimited is always enthusiastic, of course, and then shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000, 13,000, and one at almost 250,000 views, 244,000. So we're looking forward to more from Wayne's World Unlimited there. Live streams are an experiment. We'll see if they're going to bring those back, but we've always got notifications bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for everyone. Little Lego, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And The Adventures of Traveling Mike, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Thank you again, Wayne's World Unlimited, for your super chat. And thank you to Izzy Scott and Consume the Goodness for those gifted memberships as well. It's an incredibly generous bunch of things for you all to have done, and I certainly do appreciate it here. I know all the recipients of those gifted memberships will be happy for that as well. So Izzy Ska has done that kind of thing countless times before, and this is another creator we've known and loved for what I believe is at least a year now. I could be mistaken, but it feels like it's got to be around a year or more. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then we're looking at Izzy Scott's channel right now. So this is somebody who reset and restarted recently, but they have always been known for these outstanding banners, avatars, and thumbnails that we see bringing vibrance to every page on their channel. As a matter of fact, they really are outstanding. They got quite a short video here from a few days ago. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They're over 1,700 subscribers now, which is great to see. So growing rapidly again, and I'll tell you the reason why in a moment. Shorts over here have been experimented with. Hopefully we'll see more so they can start to really push each other and grow. But live streams are basically where the magic happens on this channel. I'm going to rerun one of these just because I must have been in there and must have had to go or shut the computer down or something. Get that red line all the way across. Make sure they get their watch hours. But Izzy Scott, the conversation can go anywhere. Once they start, they're live just about every day. You see that at least every other day or something like that. Several times a week we can catch Izzy Scott. And they got lengthy live streams. You see these are going 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, sometimes even longer. And they got lots of friends. They promote other channels as well. But like I said, the conversation can go anywhere, and they do a great job of keeping up with the chat also. So they're at 1.7K. Yes, 1,700 subscribers is no small feat, to be honest with you. There are many creators still on their way. It's the Bankroll. Good to see you in the house. One of the things I can tell everybody as well is, you know, I started on YouTube 7 years ago, and I started by running channels that were not mine. I started my channel a year after or something like that. But what I can tell you is, even though it doesn't feel like it a lot of the time, it is much easier. I'm not saying easy, easier today than it was when I started many years ago, just like it was easier for me and for us than it was for those who started another 7 or 8 years before that. So we're seeing channels growing, hitting different milestones, getting monetized faster than ever before, and it's exciting stuff for everyone. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Scott. Thank you again for the gifted membership. Thank you, Consume the Goodness and Wayne's World Unlimited, for that super chat. It's the Bankrolls in the house. They're going to help us with our finances, which is great, because when we think about monetization, we'd love to maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come through that. Controversial Cruising is in the house. They picked up a gifted membership, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And then, yes, so Little Lego, I promise you, if you want to get to 1K, you absolutely will. I believe that any channel that wants to get to 10,000 certainly can. The only reason that 100,000 becomes questionable is because that can take years, and we don't know what the world's going to look like a few years from now. You know, the last 3 years and the 3 years before that were an example, let's just say. Buying Space, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's a longtime friend as well. I see them active in the YouTube streets lately. So what we're going to do right now is go on a break for 3.5 minutes. Let me spin the wheel, see who's coming up next. Right before we go on that break, I'm going to play for you a clip from our interview podcast series now that's coming out as videos right here on the Tuber Chat channel. The first 2 episodes have already been posted. I'm going to play you a clip from the first one right now and a couple more later in the stream. The next episode featuring Unstable TV from Ireland and now Australia is going to be coming up next Saturday. So it'll be an exciting premiere. We'll run it as so that everybody can connect the same way we do here in Tuber Chat in lieu of a live stream. And hopefully everybody's enjoying these. All of the creators who've been featured in these 1 or 2 hour conversations are longtime friends of Tuber Chat, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously, my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right.
Yeah. And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuber Chat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're just about back. We're going to talk about Sweet Melissa. Coastal Girl 707 is her handle. M&J, good to see you in the house. I waved to a few more channels coming in the chat. And I just wanted to mention a couple things. First of all, Just Jason Keto and More. You know what I bought on Prime Day? Was the Dash egg steamer. I forget if I mentioned that in your stream or not. Just Jason Keto and More is known very well for making chaffles, which is a healthy snack. You can find that on his channel. They're easy to make. He uses a mini waffle maker, or chaffle maker as we like to call them. But I bought the egg steamer. I love eggs. I eat eggs every day. And that thing just makes it foolproof. You will never forget that you've left your eggs boiling on the stove. Nobody wants that, of course. I certainly don't want it again or anything like that. But I thought I'd mention that. Right before we went on the break there as well, there was a couple of comments in the chat just about the idea of getting to 1,000 subscribers. So whether it's 1,000 or any other milestone, we've been at this a long time, and I certainly don't want to make it sound like I know everything. I certainly don't. I've been corrected here in Superchat many times over the years, but I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. And one of the things that I just want to give everybody that's thinking about it as maybe inspiration or motivation is the idea that I truly believe, and I always have, you'll hear it from the very first episodes of Tuber Chat, that anybody who wants to have 1,000 subscribers or more can, and I truly believe that anybody that wants to have 10,000 or more can, as long as you're using your powers for good and not evil, of course, right? But that's absolutely true, and what we've learned over the years is that consistency is the key. If you can go as far as to post one quality piece of content per week on your channel, traditionally I'm talking videos, but it depends on what you're doing. I know some creators do only live streams, or some creators only do shorts, but you get what I'm saying, of course, I'm sure. If you're not already making one piece of content per week, you just want to get there as fast as you can. When you do, one quality piece of content per week is enough to make a channel grow organically. While it may be slow, we never really know. The things we're doing here in Tuber Chat speed everything up. And as you connect with more friends, as you go out and support more people's content in an overwhelming way, you will find that coming back to you, and your channel will grow exponentially. There will be a day where you will probably look back and say, I can't believe how large my channel has gotten now compared to what I was hoping for back in the day. I think a lot of people start their YouTube channels just hoping for even 1,000 subscribers or a couple thousand. Things like 3, 4, and 5,000 seem like almost a dream when you're working on your first 100. But I promise you, you'll hear from a lot of our friends here on this channel as well, that as you start to grow and as you get into higher numbers of subscribers, like 3, 4, and 5,000, it's not very long before you start to approach 10. And now we're going to be starting to expand into content that's going to tell us what we're going to do when we get beyond 10,000, so we can go even farther. But these are just ideas. PK Adventures Travels, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Leonard Mountain Homestead is also here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Herman the Great, good to see you in the live stream earlier today. And then, yeah, Gail Southern Living is somebody who's run many different channels. She's a perfect example of an over-the-top generous friend that we've had here for a long, long time, who absolutely cares about the YouTube journey. But there are lessons that can be learned from people like Gail Southern Living, and specifically from her, what she does for others. It's like her whole life is dedicated to helping other people all the time, whether it's on YouTube or elsewhere. So it's no surprise that her channels grow, and she's so well known and loved and respected as well. Wilma 2U1, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And we just have to remember, everybody starts at zero. You know what I mean? I'd been on YouTube for a couple of years before I even thought about the idea of starting Tuber Chat, which is not the first channel of its kind. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of channels similar to Tuber Chat for a year before we started here. And a couple of those are even still around, to be honest with you. But these are just ideas. And then Just Jason Keto and More is saying, if you focus on creating searchable content, if you can get a couple of evergreen videos, that will really help. Yes, it will. So for some people who do, like, let's say tech reviews and things like that, I'll give you an example. The my iPhone 11 here, or my Stream Deck. Pardon me for a second. I usually keep Instagram open for the moderators. Something like this. If somebody was doing tech reviews, the trouble with that is that after 4 or 5 years, people will really slow down the searches for those things. But if you have a video that says, top 5 inexpensive Christmas gift ideas or something like that, that video has a chance to continue growing for years. I'm not saying that's a good idea. I'm just saying these are ideas coming out of the air. There's, billions of videos probably by now on YouTube, of course. But that's a good point from Just Jason Keto and More. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, behind only Google. And of course, Google owns YouTube as it is. What that means is that people are coming to YouTube to have questions answered, whether they're looking for entertainment, whether they're looking for do-it-yourself videos, or anything in between. People will ask, where do I find this, or how do I do this? And if you can get those questions answered with things that that you are literally very knowledgeable in, you can find true magic in videos that will amaze you at how fast they will fly. One of the other recommendations I have, and then we'll get back to looking at channels, is not to try to step out of your comfort zone too far right away into doing videos that you are not an expert on. And I'll give you just an example. You hear in our interview series the idea of not doing a video about fixing cars if you have no idea how to fix cars. Moz6510 Models mentioned that in his interview here. And it turns out I actually did a video of how to fix your car. I did a video of how to change your battery. I've changed, 10 batteries in my life, something like that. Enough to know what I'm doing. However, I am not a mechanic. I have not kept up with technology and didn't realize if you change your battery and don't reset the computer or controller or whatever on earth that is, then you can fry your battery and it won't even last a year. So I had to take the video down, even though it got thousands of views, because I don't want somebody to fix their car and then end up frying their battery and having to spend hundreds of dollars fixing that. So that's a bad idea, right? Is to do something that you maybe like doing but aren't really an expert on. But we're all experts in some way, shape, or form. And that kind of thing can really have magic. So forgive the long speech, but let's get back to channels. So when we look at Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, this is a creator that lets us know they are a member of a lot of different product review and product testing sites or programs. And what they've been doing on their channel is taking the products that they review and test and bringing those as traditional unboxing and description videos. I'm going to take the latest one here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up playlist. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, has got every kind of product you can imagine. Everything from bath and beauty products to household, looks like appliances here, to other household items, snacks, all kinds of different things. And then shorts on this channel as well have done well, getting into 1,200, 2,100 views, and one over 7,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are an experiment. I just missed them. I don't know what happened. I was in another live stream, found out that they went live an hour before I saw them supporting somebody else. And I said, how did I miss you? I was on the whole time. But you'll also notice that as you grow and follow more and more channels, literally sometimes getting into not just dozens but hundreds, YouTube occasionally, every few months, changes the algorithm. We like to say that, our recommendation engine, and you will find different channels being suggested to you than you have over the last few months, if that makes sense. So let's say last week you were seeing channels like Butler Family Farm and Just Jason Keto and more, but then this week you're not seeing them anymore. You're seeing Jeremy D-Day and Shades of Grey. You know that these channels are all live. You know they're posting every week. Why aren't you seeing them? It's not your fault. It's the YouTube algorithm, because they can't show us everything. You can imagine, as the host of Superchat, I'm following over 5,000 channels now. They can't show me everybody that's live. There's got to be hundreds of channels that would be live right this second. They'll only show me about 20 or 30, right? So that's just an idea, so that you, in case you wonder what's going on with the algorithm. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And next up is Home Bartending with John. I already spun the wheel. Dave's Adventures from the UK is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. He's been a friend since the beginning of Superchat. I think I was connected to him before we started, as a matter of fact. I think he's a friend of about 4.5 years now. So Dave's Adventures is dropping a super chat. He says for his wife's channel, that's Kaz's Crafts and More. And I'll put them both up in another moment. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we get back to spinning the wheel shortly after. So we'll do that in a moment. And then Kaz's Crafts and More actually happens to be a member, so they would be put on the wheel right away. I missed them as they came in. I would have likely got to it soon. And then working on 56 thumbnails, says Dave's Adventures. Yeah, we can all go back too over all of our old content now, or older content, if we want to call it that. And YouTube's given us the tool to do the A, B, and C test, if we want to call it that, with our thumbnails. You can upload 3 different thumbnails for every video now. And when you do that, YouTube will automatically switch between them to show different people, different versions of your thumbnail until it determines which one is getting the best click-through rate, and then it makes that one the default, which is really, really cool. That's a very exciting feature. We've been waiting at least a year for that, but it's here now, so I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but that's just a good idea for anybody that's got the time to do it. It's more work, but even I'm using some of the AI systems to help with that, to make variations of thumbnails, and I'll let everybody know when I have a bit more of an opinion about how well that's working out. In the meantime, we're looking at Home Bartending with John. So this creator is a one-of-a-kind channel in the Superchat family. What Home Bartending with John does that I find to be most compelling is teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. And you don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like his replenished, the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails, and then he often makes different variations as well. Sometimes you hear about a drink that you know and love or might like or want to try, but you find out that different people in different areas or different cultures or different scenarios make those drinks in a different type of recipe, if that makes any sense. Or sometimes you hear about drinks made differently in pop culture and movies and things like that. So Home Bartending with John will also take requests on his channel. He's done a couple for me personally, for which I'm grateful. And then he does a lot of product reviews and comparisons on the channel as well. And like any unboxing or product review video, you can find that these will save you some money, because if there's something you think you might like to try, Home Bartending with John can give you an idea as to whether you might like it before you get your hands on it as well. He'll do series like low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails. Those are both very popular. And his channel's now well over that magical milestone of 500 subscribers. It's an exciting milestone in everybody's journey these days. As well, Home Bartending with John has got some shorts. Some of these have done well. One of them into 8,000 views and beyond. And then live streams on his channel are an experiment he's done in the past. We'll see if he's going to keep those up or pick those back up. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. PK Adventures Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Leonard Mountain Homestead, yeah, here in Tuber Chat, things like Super Chats and memberships, never necessary, always appreciated, of course. You'll notice I never solicit that kind of thing. I certainly don't want to do that. Everything's open to everyone. I always appreciate that stuff when it does come through, but the magic really does happen in the chat here. That's why the channel's called Tuber Chat as opposed to Tuber Screen or Tuber Guy or any of that stuff. Story time with Uncle Bill. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Coastal Water, I've put you on the wheel now. Oh, the Pipe Guy. What's wrong with me? Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Kaz's Crafts and More is coming up next. I get so mad at myself when I make mistakes. I'm going to put up another channel here for a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Home Bartending with John has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a very long time. One of our longest-standing, or might be our longest-standing silver member, actually. We see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not he's here, even though he's here for just about every stream anyway. But he's got a second channel here, and I always forget to put this up. I don't know why I do this to him. The Pipe Guy is another one-of-a-kind channel. So this creator's doing one-of-a-kind things on both of his channels. This one's got 44 subscribers, but what he's making here is industrial pipe lamps and other industrial pipe art. And this is really cool. I had never seen anything like this before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but when we look at his channel, we can see another crafty, artistic kind of idea that I think is unique. So we're looking forward to more content from Home Bartending with John on this second channel, but I hope everybody will connect with the Pipe Guy. I'm just going to drop his handle into the chat because you got to get the spelling on this right, and most channels are hard to find before their first 100 subscribers. Design with Emma, thank you for a super chat, by the way. I'm going to put your channel up right after Dave's Adventures. He dropped a super chat so we'd have a look at his wife's channel, Kaz's Crafts and More. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I see a brand new channel in the chat. I know Blessed to Crochet is here. I put them on the wheel. DX Shaways. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, because I always want to promote channels the way they want to be promoted. If you don't mind taking the time to just correct me if I've mispronounced that, and I will make sure that I get it right for you. But it's good to have you in the chat for what I believe is the first time as well. I almost feel like I recognize the channel, but I don't remember saying it, so I could be mistaken. When we look at Kaz's Crafts and More, this is the wife of Dave's Adventures, another couple of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Kaz's Crafts and More has got 377 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards that magical 500 that all of us now think about in our YouTube journey. She's got pure variety on her channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. It's perfect to connect with at 3 minutes and 1 second. We're always looking for any video over 3 minutes, but most of hers are perfect for connecting here. And then Kaz Crafts and More has got some shorts on the channel as well. She, of course, comes from the UK. 3,300, 3,900, 6,300 views, which is great to see. Pardon me, and then live streams on the channel as well. Up to many months ago, she's done these as an experiment. We'll see if she's going to continue those, and I will show you Dave's Adventure channel as well. The Z Show Cruise Fun, good to see you in the house. By the way, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. When we look at Dave's Adventures, this is a longtime friend who, like I was saying, might have been with me for well over 4.5 years now, since before Superchat was even a thing. I can't remember for the life of me if Dave's Adventures was with us before we started, or if he came in within the first month or two of Superchat, so forgive me for that. But hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that I've literally started to lose track for a while now about how long some of these friendships have gone on. The reason why I laugh and say that it's kind of a cool thing is because you get to know now that there are generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters out there willing to support your content, your channel, and your journey years into the future if we could all just meet each other, right? So that's what we're kind of doing here. Pardon me, Judgment Day, Mike Harper, thank you for a super chat. I'm going to put your channel up next. That's the same reason we've got Dave's Adventure up right now. Design with Emma's coming up next, and right after we get to Judgment Day, Mike Harper, we're going to be looking at Froggy Went to Knitting. That's another longtime friend. I think she's been with us about 3 years as well. She makes occasional appearances here, but she's grown her channel rapidly and has sent over a lot of friends over the years as well. Geek Culture 101, I'm getting you onto the wheel along with Ron's Keto Cafe. They happen to be members. We always put members on the wheel right away as soon as we see them in the chat. And then we're looking at Dave's Adventures right now. So from the UK, this is a creator who started with roller coasters and attractions, but has moved on to more theme park footage and more travel content. So they've got a few new videos here, but one from just about a week and a half ago. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They've got monetization on the channel, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Dave's Adventures is working on 1,800 subscribers, which is great to see. And they've got some shorts here that have really moved into 13,000, 18,000, one over 23,000 views. Live streams are something they've done up to about a year ago. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up, but we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The next channel that we're looking at is Design with Emma. So thank you again, Dave's Adventures. Thank you, Design with Emma, for the super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. We still have to look at Judgment Day, Mike Harper, and Froggy Went to Knitting. Both of them have dropped super chats today, and both of them have done that many times before. So Design with Emma is going to talk to us about our design aspirations. It doesn't have to be just the house. It can be anywhere where you want to bring some vibrance into your decorating or decor, if we want to put it that way. When we look at Design with Emma, not only is she going to give us different inspiration by looks in different areas, she's actually going to take us shopping and show us where we can find budget-friendly options when we think about our interior decorating desires. So hopefully everybody will connect with Design with Emma. This is another longtime friend, and as you can see, they're growing rapidly as well, working on 2,500 subscribers right now. You can get some more information from their About section, like most channels will bring for us. They've got shorts on the channel as well, where they bring pure variety. So lots of creators are doing this. They're bringing variety into the shorts videos on the channel, regardless of category or niche. And a lot of channels are using shorts for the purpose of growing rapidly as well, and it seems to be working here at 17,000, 22,000, and 32,000. And then live streams as well. Up to about a month ago, they bring these out about once a week. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel, and I've already got my notification on for a premiere that they've got coming up tomorrow. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it'll be evening for me, but when you get to Design with Emma's channel, you can put that notification bell on, or as well as the notification for the premiere, and check the local time for yourself. So what we're going to do right now is take another break for 3.5 minutes. We'll make this a short one. We'll come back with Judgment Day Mike Harper. All right, pardon me for that extended break there. I'll be right back again. Not going anywhere this time. When I walk away, because I'm in my office, I literally have to go down hallways and things like that, so it can take an extra second. I cleared a few names off of the wheel, so if any of our members are still here that haven't been seen yet, just be active in the chat. I'll get you back on there. I think I see a new channel. Not new, but coming into the chat right now. Tales Told in the Dark is a longtime friend. And then Twinbrook Acres, is there anything that you wanted me to talk about? I haven't talked very much. I got into a couple of small story times today. But if there's anything in particular you need me to elaborate on, I'll be happy to do it. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. Good to see you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Judgment Day Mike Harper dropped a super chat. And we're going to look at Froggy Went to Knitting in another moment for the same reason. We always put super chatters onto the screen right away as soon as that happens. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. There's Geek Culture 101. They're still here. And then Judgment Day Mike Harper brings a lot of variety on their channel. I'll talk about it in a second. Ray and Jay's TV, or pardon me, RJ and Jay's TV. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I keep misreading the name for no reason, but it's good to have you here. There you go. Yes, Twin Brick Acres. It's my favorite. People come into the chat and they'll say, "What did I miss?" Well, we were on for 2.5 hours, so I don't know if I'll be able to answer that. But thank you for that. And then P&J's Homestead Adventure, still here but not active. That's okay. No, I had taken you off the wheel just because I didn't see you there, but you'll be on as long as you're active, of course. And then Handicapped Traveler is also coming in. I'm going to put them on the wheel. And Judgment Day Mike Harper's up here right now. So I said they do a lot of variety. Actually, they do a lot of movie reviews more than anything else. There's a lot of information about the creator themselves on their About section. You can read about that. This creator gives us a chance to get to know them. Some updates about their life, what's going on, a little bit of video gameplay on the channel as well. They post frequently. They've got another channel I'm going to show you in a moment. But here they've got some shorts. And these have gotten into 1,400, 2,100 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's live frequently as well, usually at least a couple of times a week. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon. And then the second channel from this creator, Michael W. Harper, gives us another chance to get to know this creator a little bit better. They've got a few shorts over here as well. We'll look at those first. These have started to get into hundreds of views, which is great to see. Live streams are occasional over here, and typically they do a lot of DVD reviews. And is that a movie? Or are we talking, oh, might be games too, games and movies as reviews on the channel, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael Harper. 74 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. And then little Lego. So I don't do reviews on this channel. I know a lot of people might say, you know, like, oh, Superchat, he put your channel on the screen, he reviews it. Not true reviews at all. I just promote the channels. Once in a while I might say something, but I really don't even get into constructive criticism when it comes to the idea of channels. Most creators who really want to know, like if I have an opinion about something particular, will reach out on other social networks, and I'm always happy to talk YouTube in that way on either Instagram, where I am all the time, or Facebook. I'm there most of the time, and Twitter occasionally as well. So anybody can reach out anytime. But here on this channel, I don't do reviews. There's lots of channels that will do reviews. They'll tell you, you know, do this, do that with your thumbnails. I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. And even when it sounds like I'm doing that, I don't mean to. I'm sure it happens occasionally because I speak so quickly. But the idea is just improvement over time. When you look at channels that you like or channels that you aspire to be like, if you can see the difference between your videos and their videos, you just want to improve. If you can see the difference between your thumbnails and their thumbnails, then you just want to improve the quality over time if you can. At the same time, we don't really have to get too hung up on quality. We'd like to be putting our best foot forward, of course, but people come to YouTube for YouTube, not for television. So that's something to think about, not like movies, right? So these are just ideas, but thank you for asking, because I don't talk about that often. Mitchy Boo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's Mitchell and Doll, our Mitchell and Travel now with a second channel. Trish the Natural is also here, one of our longest standing members, as you can see. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We're going to look at Froggy Went to Knitting right now, too. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I see Ree's Blissful Connections in the chat, and the amazing M&G is here. Polly Scratcher, good to have you in the house. And then... yeah, thank you, Handicap Traveler, for mentioning that. Yeah, for anybody that's looking more along the lines of advice in between our live streams and things like that, the interview series that I've now put out as videos on the Superchat channel are full of literally advice from creators who've been with us a long time and crossed 10,000 subscribers. So what I tried to do in that interview series is talk to them and ask their opinion without interfering very much. I really don't say like, oh, well, you find that thumbnails should be this way. I find that we don't do that. I just want to hear what they have to say, whether or not I agree with it or have tried it myself personally, because I want to learn as well. And these creators literally will give us an idea or give me an idea of what everybody's thinking as well. They came out with all of the interviews are far better than I imagined they would be when I started the series, because the creators came up with a lot more to talk about than I would have thought to ask. So it really is gold. I hope everybody will go and literally watch every minute of every episode. I hope you'll go back and rewatch them. I think I didn't chop the second one into chapters, but I'll intend on doing that. But there's sections, so you can literally look for things like thumbnails or look for things like emojis and things like that. Ventriloquist Hunter Studios, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me for not being sure if this is your first time here. I feel like I recognize the channel name, but I might be mistaken. And then It's the Bankroll still in the house. And reviews can take a long time. Yeah, I know there's big channels that do a lot of reviews, but if you just search for YouTube reviews, you can get somebody to tell you that you should brighten up your thumbnails or things like that. I've watched a couple of channel review streams, and I haven't been impressed with what I've encountered when it comes to the idea of giving advice that can be helpful. Literally, brighten up your thumbnails is a piece of advice, and that's, in my opinion, not saying anything. A real idea might be saying, hey, I notice you've got all your thumbnails and you're in all of them. Why don't you try doing a couple variations where you're not in the thumbnail? So if you're doing a Lego review, let's just say, because we've got a few creators that do that. So one video or one thumbnail, you might put just the box or the product without anything in it. Another thumbnail, you might do like it's a professional advertisement, something you might see taking a bunch of pictures off their website and things like that. And then one thumbnail where you're holding the product, and see what your audience reacts to. Because on my personal channel, I have not got a video that's hit 100,000 views yet, not on my personal one, but I do have many into like 50,000, or well, what are they at, 30,000, one's at 90,000 and this and that. But some of the ones that get into 5 and 10,000 views surprise me, because some of the thumbnails are literally just a box on a table, and then some of them I put a lot of work into those thumbnails, and I can't believe how they didn't do as well. So trying different styles is an idea, but these are kind of suggestions I would give somebody if I was looking at a channel and reviewing it, as opposed to saying, well, your thumbnails are red, why don't you try making them blue? We need a little bit better idea than that, I think. But experimentation is the key, and like I said, when you find thumbnails on other channels that you like, you just want to be able to see the difference between yours and theirs, and if you really think theirs are better, you just try to improve until you get to their level. Lots of tools out there now, like Canva, that can give you templates. You've seen them all before, or a lot of them, and they can be great for inspiration. Or a lot of the AI systems now can be used to give you inspiration for things like thumbnails. So, Mitchy Boo, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. That's the same reason we've got Froggy Went to Knitting on the screen right now. Both of these creators have done that kind of thing many times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that kind of thing happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. The Adventures of Traveling Mike, thank you so much for the super chat as well. We're going to put your channel up right after Mitchy Boo. And they've done that kind of thing before as well. And forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. And not that I want to, self-promote and things like that, but for anybody that hasn't already seen my personal channel, if you go and look, you're going to see pure variety. There's indoor stuff, there's outdoor stuff, there's tech reviews, there's me talking nonsense, there are thumbnails of all kinds. And a couple of them you'll see, the thumbnails are what drove the videos because I put a lot of work into them. I've been doing graphic design forever, so they, they are decent, if not good or better than average thumbnails in some cases. Only some. And then there's other ones that are simple. You can't just steal an image off of Google, which I've done a million times, a picture somebody's taken of Toronto, put it on a stream for Toronto and hope that the video is going to get thousands of views. It just doesn't work that way, right? And the content is king. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat a little bit. And there you go, yeah, so Geek Culture 101 and Martial Arts Reflections, they've got two channels. A lot of people will accept constructive criticism, but I have found over the course of my years on YouTube that when I have seen constructive criticism given to people by others, it's not always taken as lightly as we might think, right? And some of that is in the delivery. When we think about the idea of giving people constructive criticism, that is truly an art in and of itself. We have to be very careful because you could be talking about people's core values. As silly as this sounds, I think a lot of people just want to hear somebody say, you're doing great, keep it up. And don't really want somebody to say, your channel could use some work, your thumbnails could use some work, you should change your videos and things like that. So they're just ideas. I'm not saying I'm right, but it's what I feel like I've observed. So, Monica Lynn, Alaska, my heart, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And they have been a member many times. I put them on the wheel right now. Pretty Witty and Risky, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Geek Culture 101. I'll just type my name for now. If you didn't already know, that's my name. My channel is just my name. I'll come up first for sure. And then PK Adventure Travels has used Canva. I use Canva for inspiration. And I recommend it to people all the time. The only reason I don't use it myself specifically for thumbnails is because I've been using Photoshop since like the late 1800s or something. It's forever. So it's faster for me to copy what I see on Canva than to actually use it. Ventriloquist Hunter Studios got a short with 10,000, which is great to see. And then, yeah, Pretty Witty and Risky. I'm just talking nonsense when I say self-promotion and things like that. But, the trolls will catch every single thing you say. M&T Living It, good to see you in the house. Longtime friends as well. And then, Little Lego, it's great that if you don't have any thumbs down right now. But I hope nobody takes those things too much to heart. YouTube has improved a little bit of that, so we get less than we used to. And that goes for everybody. But it's inevitable. At some point, somebody's going to hit the thumbs down. We have to remember that 99% of people on YouTube are not creators. They don't have channels. And they're literally believe they're helping the world probably by giving a thumbs down. I promise you, I've gotten as many as anybody, in some cases even more. But it doesn't matter. It's, if nothing else, we could almost say that any interaction helps the algorithm because it looks real then, let's just say. Now, I don't wish for thumbs down, but they come eventually. So Froggy Went to Knitting is up on the screen right now. And this is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who has been over the top in that way ever since finding the Superchat family. Immediately after finding Froggy Went to Knitting, I got an incredibly warm welcome into their channel. I know you will as well. They've got a lot of other influential creators as a part of their community, and a lot of viewers that know and love Froggy Went to Knitting very much. This creator I've hung out with many times, especially in live streams, but I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. I see that they're long monetized, but I've known that for a long time. And they've got super chats and memberships available when you get to their channel. They've got an entertaining... I'm not sure if they're still doing the same thing, if they're doing the Froggy Dance, I think it was called, right? That we would... they play when you drop a super chat and things like that. A lot of creators do that, which is a fun thing to do, a way to interact with your audience. And then live streams are still frequent on the channel, at least once a week. Looks like almost several times a week, always with a StreamYard panel as well, so vibrant conversation over there. So hopefully everybody will connect with this longtime friend. Froggy Went to Knitting is somebody we've known for at least 3 years, maybe even longer by now, as a matter of fact. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead, thank you for a super chat again. That's Kristen and Mike. I really do appreciate that. Forgive me, I didn't say it earlier. I should have said it. I had put your channel on the wheel, actually. Every hour, as a minimum, I add a name to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. But Bella's Whisper Farmstead's always involved in the conversation here. And then thank you so much, P&J's Homestead Adventure. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So thank you again, Froggy Went to Knitting and Judgment Day Mike Harper. I really do appreciate that extra generosity with those super chats. Mitchie Boo is coming up for the same reason right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Starika is on the wheel now. They happen to be a member also. And then when we look at Mitchie Boo, we see a creator that's actually got a couple of channels. She renamed one of them, but she's been at this a long time as well. She's been a friend of what I believe is 4 years now, or close to it. Monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with them. You can see that they've got a lot of delicious looking content on their channel, a lot of things that are going to inspire us with a healthier lifestyle than some of the choices I make here and there. 4,700, 5,800, 6,900 views on some of these shorts, which is great to see. And then live streams are occasional. They were doing these up to a few months ago. And then when I look at Michelin, I think it's Michelin Travel, right? Mitchie Travel, here we go. She renamed it a little bit. And this creator brings even more variety. Everyday life is the idea here. I'm just going to grab the latest vlog. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list as well. And this is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So again, they're up right now because they dropped a super chat. And I might have missed one as well. Geek Culture 101 dropped one, and I might not have put their channel on the list to come up, so pardon me for that. I'll get that done in a second here. Mitchie Travel and Mitchie Boo have done that many times before also. So thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. I don't know why I missed that. I make a lot of mistakes. I say it all the time. As many as anybody, maybe even more. And thank goodness Scratch and PPA is able to catch most or all of them. So next up, I'll put Geek Culture 101, and then we'll get back to our list. Adventures of Traveling Mike, Polly Scratcher, and Bella's Whisper Farmstead are all coming up. And then when we look at Mitchie Travel, we see shorts that have gotten into now 5,400, 22,000 on one of these, which is great to see, and then more variety, similar to what we saw on the other channel. Live streams over here up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to keep those back up or pick those back up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And then Paulie Scratcher, I haven't got your name on the wheel. Oh, yes, I do. I've got it on there. Sorry, I've got it in my list. You're going to come up in a few channels from now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So this creator's got a couple of channels. Martial Arts Reflections comes to us from Geek Culture 101. They got 100 subscribers on this channel, 105 actually, so it's great to see that they have passed their 100. I know it's an important and exciting milestone for everybody's YouTube journey. When we look at their channel, we see that they're posting videos frequently, so I'm going to grab the latest one from a couple days ago, put that into my catch-up list. That'll help me keep caught up with the channel. They got some shorts over here as well, bringing us some life philosophy, faith, and more inspiration. This creator's gotten into almost 1,000 views on these shorts, so all they need is to post a few more, and I'm sure they're going to get there. I'm going to look at Geek Culture 101 now. When we get to this channel, we see that it's our home for all things geek, absolutely. And then I'm just going to grab one of their Ghostbuster videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list and see what they had to say about Ghostbusters. And then shorts on their channel have gotten into 400 views and beyond over here. Those will continue to grow as they post more and more. And of course, they've experimented with a live stream, so we'll keep our notification bell on for every channel and have the best chance of catching them the next time they do another live stream. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'm going to try to start moving a little bit faster through channels now, but we still got an hour and a half to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at the adventures of Traveling Mike, we see a creator who's been with us a long time. They might have been with us for a couple of years by now, at least a year. They're monetized now. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I see they're long past 3,000 subscribers now, which is great. They've got that locked in. I'm just going to look at their latest few videos here because I know I'm behind. I'm going to grab one of the latest ones, a thunderstorm video here. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, and they will give us an idea of some of the exploring they're going to do around the US on their About section. When we get into shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 2,600, even 6,600 views, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they've got one set up for Sunday, and I've got the notification on for that, even though I have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. We'll see if they're going to bring up a StreamYard panel or what they're going to do when we catch them on Sunday. And hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. You get an idea through their thumbnails about some of the different types of travel or destination ideas that they're bringing to us in their content, if that makes sense. And then what we're going to do right now, yes, is go on another break for 3.5 minutes. So thank you again, The Adventures of Traveling Mike and Geek Culture 101 for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Paulie Scratcher and Bella's Whisper Farmstead are coming up next for the same reason. Right before we get to their channels, we're going to go on break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview podcast video series that's now got the first 2 episodes out on the Superchat channel. All of these conversations with these interviewees go on for an hour to 2 hours. They've all been longtime friends of our community here in Superchat, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today.
Mm.
But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it.
Yes.
But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
yes,
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. I'm just going to show you something for a second here. I keep talking about these playlists that I use here in TuberChat all the time. So I made a playlist called Catch Up, and that's just for fun, but it's so that I can keep caught up with creators, so that while we're here I can dump a bunch of videos in there, and when I have time to either run them or watch them, I'll let the playlist go and either watch or run or whatever I have to do, and it helps stay a little bit organized, let's just say. But as well, we all have another playlist called Watch Later. It's built into YouTube. It's a private playlist, but this is something that I use when we have brand new channels that come into the TuberChat streams, so that I can connect with them. And then I usually intend on literally sitting down and watching these videos so that I can at least get an idea of what the channels are about. So the reason why I'm mentioning this right now is because Paulie Scratcher's coming up, but you have to forgive me because I didn't get through that Watch Later list between the last stream and now. It's just been an overwhelming week. All is fine, but I just didn't find even a moment to get that done. So I will subscribe to your channel. I've still got your video in my Watch Later list. What I'm going to do though is grab one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, so I will have been through 2 of your videos by the time we're back on Monday. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,200, even 4,100 views, and I was overwhelmed after we started the TuberChat channel to find out how popular lottery ticket scratching is in YouTube channels. But there is a huge community of generous creators behind these channels, so I'm looking forward to getting to see Paulie Scratcher's particular brand of lottery ticket scratching. I hope you will too. And of course, I don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream, but like I said, I've had another video of his in my Watch Later list, and you'll see that again when I pull that up, along with Little Lego. Forgive me, I haven't connected with you yet. Brun Free is there, Pat Master, Ruby Spot. These are all from the last live stream that we did, and that was last weekend, I believe, right? So there's Paulie Scratcher. I hope everybody will connect with them. It's D Bankroll still in the house. Travel and Gardening with DJs here. Precious Gems is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. So Paulie Scratcher, thank you for a super chat again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. Bella's Whisper Farmstead has done that before as well. We're putting their channel up for the same reason right now, and I absolutely do appreciate that extra generous support, of course. AceFlaw1, good to see you here. That's Andy. He's been with me for 5 years, since before TuberChat even started as a channel. And then when we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, this is a channel that's going to bring us homesteading on a budget. I'll talk about the content in a moment. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me. When we look at the chat, I see TNT Home Services Unlimited is here. It's good to have you in the chat for what I believe is the first time. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Hope I said hello to Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. She's a dear, dear friend, and I know you've been with us for at least half an hour now, or pretty close to it. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, like I said, homesteading on a budget. Now, it's mostly outdoor content on this channel, but sometimes we get indoor content, and a fantastic video that was not what I expected, but better than I thought, was this tiny house barn door video, because they've been working on this barn dominium. And this is really, really cool because they literally, Mike did this one, but they go through a lot of detail about the plumbing, the electrical, the planning process to make sure everything's the way that they want, and even in a very small tiny house, if you want to call it that, they've got some storage in there as well. They really put a lot of consideration into that. The latest videos from Kristen and harvesting their garden during a drought will be an interesting video for a lot of our homesteading friends to watch. Somebody like me who doesn't do any homesteading, of course, has tons to learn, as much as anybody or more, from a lot of these creators. So they let us know that they are a farmsteading and homesteading family located in north central Georgia. And like I said, mostly outdoor content on this channel. But you'll notice that the shorts have done really well. Also 2200, 2600, 3200, which is great to see. And then live streams on their channel are frequent as well. Now, hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I keep missing these, but they did one 8 days ago, which makes me think they're due for one any time now. We're not expecting to be back on Superchat until Monday. And I've had, like I said, an overwhelming week, so I do expect to take some time to kind of just chill and hang out in people's live streams and premieres and things like that over the weekend. I've made sure I don't have too much of an overwhelming full plate or anything. So I'll be looking forward to catch anybody that's going to be live this weekend. The other thing too is anybody can feel free to reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. One of the other things I wanted to mention though, it's unlikely that there's anybody in the chat right now that's tried to do a Facebook request that I haven't accepted. But if that's the case, if anybody's reached out and I haven't accepted it, it's only because I'm making sure it's real. There's been so much hacking and cloning on Facebook over the last couple of years. It's literally gotten ridiculous to the point that for a while there I was getting like a fake friend request almost every day, and duplicates from some people that I know from YouTube as well. But if you're going to go live, pardon me, especially for a special occasion like a monetization celebration, anniversary, or anything like that, a milestone celebration, then you can reach out if you have a moment. I know you can't message every single person you want to be there, but I'll appreciate it, and I'll always be in everything I can be, especially if I know about it in advance. And it's time to spin the wheel. So we just did Precious Gems is coming up right now. That's another longtime friend. We'll talk about their content in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. King Morgan, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Now, Precious Gems is a longtime friend, but the name of their channel is very popular. So it can be a struggle to find some of these channels with popular or short names. And it's one of the reasons why I put so much focus on searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channel names, because eventually we will rise up the YouTube search results and YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. But Precious Gems managed to grab their handle, so it's literally just Precious Gems. I copied and pasted it into the chat if anybody needs to see that. And that might be a faster way to find them. For any of our members that are listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, I may have pulled you off the wheel. I clear a few names off the wheel here and there just to speed things up, but I've got Blester Crochet back on there. And I know I just missed another channel coming into the chat. I'm going to try to catch them. I don't mean to miss anybody, of course. PK Adventure Travels. And they've been talking to a few people in the chat, which is great. Oh, for the life of me, why can't I... Oh, Style Stages, there it is. Yes, Style Stages is in the house. Good to see you here. I knew your channel flew by, but I was scanning the chat to see if I could find it there. Precious Gems is going to bring us animation with a lot of music. They've got information on their About section about what they're doing on the channel. I'm just going to take the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. It's a perfect video to connect with. Over 3 minutes, not too much longer. We always want to make sure we're watching 3-minute videos from beginning to end. Shorts on this channel as well bring a little bit of variety. These have gotten into 10,000 and even 14,000 views, which is great to see. And Precious Gems is a longtime friend, of course. They got over 1,000 videos on the channel now, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them and get some of that support coming back to you as well. Let's spin the wheel. We're moving a little bit faster now, but we still got over an hour to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and we'll get to as many as we can. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So another extremely popular name for a channel is Michael's Adventures. I'm going to put his handle in the chat as well. Actually, I'm going to drop his link. Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator here in Superchat and has been for 4 years now. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, which is now beyond 7 years, as a matter of fact. So I just mentioned that to give you an idea of how supportive I have found some of these creators to be. Michael's Adventures goes far over and above what we typically talk about here when we think about generosity between creators. A lot of what he does actually goes unseen. He goes over and above. He's the kind of creator to reach out to me and say, hey, Tuberchat, you know, we're dear friends now, but he might say, hey, Kevin, you know, who do you know that I can help right now with playlists? You'll hear him offering to run playlists for people all the time. And much along the lines of the generosity we talk about frequently, he gives much more than he ever expects to receive. Although his channel is growing, he's gotten into 1,300 subscribers now, and you see he's got over 3,600 videos in his channel in total. I'm just going to take his latest one. I missed it this morning. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. He premieres every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern. His premieres can go anywhere from a few minutes to an hour and a half. He occasionally will bring us outdoors for a ride-along stream or a look around his area and a story to be told. But he's got a lot of wildlife on his channel. Raccoons, foxes, deer, bird watching on the channel. Occasionally we will find him, if we go through his videos here, taking us, like I said, outside for a look around or a story to be told. He might be playing a game on a slot, or a slot game on a tablet is what I meant to say, or some lottery ticket scratching as well. Shorts on this channel feature a lot of that lottery ticket scratching, but a little bit of bite-sized information if he takes us outdoors as well. And there's that slot game again as an idea. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. Usually on the weekends he premieres twice. Sometimes even more often, to be honest with you. So he's got a lot of content on the channel, and all of the moderators here in Tuberchat are longtime friends. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels. They all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuberchat. And Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is here as a member and a moderator, as a matter of fact. So I've got him on the wheel. Handicapped Traveler is coming up now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And what we're looking at right now, Handicapped Traveler is going to bring us travel-based content more than anything else, of course, from a certain perspective. When you read their About page, you'll get an idea about what they're going to bring, along with gardening, cooking videos, and a little bit of crafting. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. Handicapped Traveler's been making frequent appearances here for almost every stream lately, as a matter of fact. What we're going to look at as well here on this channel with over 1,200 subscribers, halfway on the road to 1,300 now, is shorts. These have gotten into 1,300, 1,400, and 2,500 views, as we can see, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So they usually do these every month or two. They've got one coming up tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can catch this. I should be available. And then we can always set our notification for everything we see, like premieres, live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel, to give us an even better chance of catching everybody for all of their streams and premieres, if that makes sense. I am Betty J Gathers is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Marketplace Boutique is also here. I've got them on the wheel. Let's spin and we'll see who is coming up next. What we're going to do right now is take another break. We'll make this a short one. We're just going to go for 3.5 minutes. When we get back, we're going to look at I am Betty J Gathers. Looks like we got another brand new channel in the chat. Mommy Unlocked. Good to see you in the house. And Wheaton Shaw is a longtime friend, so it's good to see you here. When we look at I am Betty J Gathers, look at the luck on her today. She just came into the chat like 5 minutes ago, and then immediately the wheel picked her. So I hope the wheel brings fun, if not frustration, to everyone. It's something we didn't start with on Superchat in the first 30 or 40 episodes. We added it in when the stream started to get a little bit too busy, where we couldn't get to every channel. We try to get to as many channels as we can. We're usually here for 3 hours now, but we certainly have progressed over the years. So thank you everybody for that. I am Betty J Gathers has been here for almost 4 years of that time. This creator is now over 2,200 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 2,300. We know she's going to be thinking about. She's been doing a lot of vlogging lately. And I Am Betty J Gathers is going to take us about her day. She's literally going to bring us outdoors, indoors. She could be cooking, she could be cleaning, she could be bringing fresh flowers into the house. She could be taking us on an outdoor adventure, and a lot of stories to be told. But I Am Betty J Gathers wants to inspire us with healthy eating, healthy living. She talks about things like intermittent fasting, and specifically she wants to address living a best life over 60, even though I find that all of her content can apply to everybody. So, as well, I Am Betty J Gathers, you can tell, is a very dynamic creator, always smiling, always laughing. Some of the shorts have done spectacularly at almost 9,000 and even over 10,000 views. And then live streams on this channel as well are frequent. She's got a couple set up. I've got notification bells on for these. And she will address the chat and keep up with everybody. Sometimes she does StreamYard panels, sometimes she's by herself, but the conversation can go anywhere when she starts. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gathers, obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And she's monetized as well. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, for the highlighted milestone message, by the way. And I Am Betty J Gathers just did the same thing, so thank you. These are two of our longest standing members. And I did figure it out, actually. Yes, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More is literally our longest standing continuous member here in the Tuber Chat channel. He's also been a moderator for all of that time, for which I'm grateful. I think everybody can agree here that this community and our live streams would not be anything like they are today if it wasn't for the help of our moderators. You hear me refer to Scratch and Pete PA as a shining jewel. He's literally here for every single stream for hours at a time. He actually lives like very close to me, like another fellow Canadian in the same time zone. But the rest of our moderators are here as often as they can be. And for Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, he's in the UK, so he's 5 hours off, or 4 hours, whatever it is right now in daylight time. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, thank you for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for about 4 years as well. We'll look at her channel next, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. And then thank you, Blessed to Crochet. They're moderator on a lot of channels. A lot of people here in the Tuber Chat family become moderators on lots of different channels. You know, Scratch and PPA, of course, seems to be a moderator on hundreds by now, if not dozens of channels and things like that. When we think about moderators, obviously everybody here knows I take that idea very seriously. And we're very lucky to have moderators who've been with us for a long, long time. And so I don't add moderators very often, usually once a year or less, just because the moderators we have been friends for a long time. And we want them to enjoy the streams too. I don't want everybody to have to deal with moderator duties. We're lucky not to have an abundant amount of trolling or anything like that happens. But the robots can help with that as well. For those of you thinking of using things like Streamlabs or Nightbot or Stream Elements or Botrix and things like this, because I don't need to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram 100 times. I don't want the moderators to have to do that, of course, right? The robots can handle that kind of thing, and then hopefully they can enjoy the stream also. But the last thing I wanted to say about moderating, if I am on your channel, because I try to make it around for everybody, especially in things like premieres and live streams, you can mod me if you want, and of course I will help while I'm there. But you don't have to ask, so that's just an idea. Ree's Blissful Connections is up on the screen right now. Another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're a professional educator and homeschooling mom, and when we dig through their content, they started with a lot of the videos we'd expect. Organization, goal setting, planning, things like this. Over the Christmas season, they brought us some self-care vlogs for Vlogmas, which I thought was really cool. And then now they're back for a long time into things like book reviews and journaling and more homeschooling and professional education videos. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with the channel. They're working on 1,500 subscribers now, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone. Reed's Blissful Connections is another creator who subscribes to all of my channels, for which I'm grateful. They support everywhere. And they have got shorts now that are into 1,000, 2,600, 4,900 views on some of these. And it's interesting here because it's pure variety. So like I've mentioned about a couple of other channels today, when we see channels, even when they have a category or niche, a lot of creators break off into pure variety in the shorts videos for the purpose of growing the channel and exposing the content to new audiences and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Reed's Blissful Connections as well. I am Betty J. Gathers. Thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. Appreciate it always. And she's done that countless times before as well. So has Jesse Miller Unboxings and more, and we always put Super Chatters onto the screen right away as soon as that kind of thing happens. So we'll see what Jesse Miller Unboxings and more has got going on right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And Wheatsart, I've got your channel on the wheel. Forgive me, I forgot to put it on for a few seconds there. Wheatsart's got 2 channels, actually. The Amazing M&G, yes, from Jamaica. Good to see you in the house. Might be interesting to know, for the first 3 years of Superchat, or at least 2 years, I would say the United States would be our #1 country for audience on the Superchat channel. That would be expected, I'm sure. Canada and the UK together after that, and then Jamaica was our 4th most popular, and it kind of goes up and down here and there, but it has been prominent, which is great to see. So obviously a lot of generous creators coming out of Jamaica. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is up on the screen right now. This creator does a thorough job with unboxing videos, some of which come from those subscription services that you hear a lot of people talk about on their channels. Sometimes Jesse Miller Unboxings and More will do giveaways on the channel. Sometimes they're doing more of a haul type of video, and they describe the things that they do with the things that they find in the boxes they're opening for us. Like, for instance, when they talk about the idea of crafting or junk journaling and things like this. So we get not only a look at the products themselves, but how Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is actually using a lot of the stuff, and I find it to be incredibly creative. Now, she's working on 2,100 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She posts frequently, at least once a week, often as many as two or almost 3 times a week. Shorts on the channel feature a lot of the products that she finds in the unboxing video. So lots of jewelry here, lots of bath and beauty products, sometimes stationery, even snacks on the channel. She'll literally get into just about anything when it comes to the idea of these unboxing videos. And then live streams as well. This creator brings us a live stream usually every month or so. They just did one a couple weeks ago. Hopefully we'll see another one soon. There's my comment in her rollover there, which is great to see. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More does an exceptional job of keeping up with the chat when we get into her live streams as well. It's something that, you know, takes a bit of getting used to when you start live streaming for anybody that hasn't already, but it can make it a lot of fun, and the chat often drives the stream and the conversation. Destination Fun, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a longtime friend as well. They bring us cruising content, and I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Pardon me. Next up is Butler Family Farm, everybody's BFF. This is 116 acres of farming and homesteading content here. And Jerry and Susan are going to take us around to look at all the different aspects of looking after 116 acres of farmland. They bring us indoors, mostly outdoors. They give us a look at the equipment. They give us a look at the repairs when things go wrong, and a lot of livestock on the channel as well. They've got bees for the second year in a row. And they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as cats and dogs. These creators really do a great job of connecting with other YouTubers and making themselves a part of the community. So they will literally head out hundreds of miles away to connect with other creators in real life. They bring a lot of that to us when they live stream from some of the bigger meetups that they go to in either the Ozarks or the Mid-America meetup and things like that, which is fairly well known. And then Butler Family Farm has a weekly series of live streams every Monday. So they got StreamYard panel again the other day. I joined them a couple of weeks ago. And pardon me while I roll my eyes here. Scratching PPA is catching more mistakes. I don't know what is wrong with me, why I can't seem to improve in that. And pardon me while I whine and complain. I promise you, I do not like it when I make these mistakes, and I'm amazed at how often I do it, even though I say it and laugh at it. Prez the Investor, good to see you in the house. Thank you for a super chat. I really do appreciate that. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Forgive me. I should have known because he took over the stream boss position, and I heard him mention it as well. We'll talk about that in a second when I get his channel up on the screen. But thank you, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, for the super chat. I don't know how I let that fly by. I even saw it as well. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. So when we look at, pardon me, Butler Family Farms channel, we see live streams, like I said. I joined them a couple of months ago for a conversation, and they have a lot of StreamYard panels up. Or StreamYard panelists up, so they will introduce you to lots of other creators, and Butler Family Farm is another couple of creators. Jerry tries to be here for every live stream, which I appreciate. I know not everybody can be. We all are following lots of different channels. It becomes harder and harder as time goes on, but I do appreciate it, of course. Rebel River Cats, good to see you in the house. Coastal Waters back. I put them back on the wheel. Prez the Investor needs to be added, I think. They dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at their channel after Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More for the same reason. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Butler Family Farm has another giveaway coming up on their channel. They always give away a lot of different things when they do that, so hopefully everybody will catch that. Tomorrow they're going to do it. And then John H. Shelton, the Vlogging Life, comes to us from the UK. So I now, over the last many months, have started clearing names off the wheel occasionally during the stream, just so we can speed things up. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, so a couple of times I'll knock a few names off the wheel. So I just put Coastal Water back on there, and it's just in the spirit of making sure everybody's active in the chat. A lot of people can't stay for 3 hours. I wouldn't blame anybody. Even I do what I can to support creators, but when I gotta go, right? And I'll always put your name back on the wheel for members, of course, if you haven't already been seen. And then over the course of the stream, I add a couple of names to the wheel from our chat list. I probably should have done that a few minutes ago as well. Let me see what I can do about that. Oh yeah, there's no rewinding. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, that's a feature called DVR. Maybe I can show it to you right now, actually. And forgive me, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. We'll get to your channel in a second. If I go to the Go Live page and then I just skip through this stuff here, what I could do is go to Manage, and you'll see there's an upcoming live stream, but this is the one we're on right now. There's a feature here called Enable DVR. And what that is going to do is It stands for digital video recorder. So when you think about the way that a VCR used to work, or like maybe even a DVD recorder, something like that, you can rewind and fast forward, but you can turn the feature off if you want to. It's not necessary on most live streams, of course, unless you find yourself in a situation where lots of people are falling behind by accident by clicking or tapping their phone or something, and then sometimes you'll see comments coming through the chat and you're like, wait a second, we talked about that half an hour ago. So it's because, and I've done it a million times too, I've fallen behind in a chat and you don't realize it because you just accidentally clicked or tapped or something like that. So I always turn them off on Superchat, and then the replays are always there. Joyful Steffi's, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yes, Butler Family Farm has a 40-year wedding anniversary stream coming up. And then, yeah, thank you, John H. Shelton, the Vlogging Life. What happens is, I'll show you one more thing as well. Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More. Forgive me, we're going to get to your content in a second here. When you go on the participant list for your live stream like this is how I watch the chat while we're in Superchat live streams here. I can go through here, but you see right now it says there's 25 people watching, but there's not 25 people in the chat right now. Some of our friends are just letting the stream run. Some people are hanging out in the background and things like that, if they're like working and listening or driving and listening and things like that. And that happens to everybody every day. You'll always have more people watching than chatting by the time you get to like 10 people in the chat and things like that. So that's just an idea. But if you're not active, if you don't actually type in the chat every once in a while, it's possible for a host to think you're gone. So here in Superchat, for any of our members, the key is just to be active in the chat, even if it's only occasionally, so that I keep your name on the wheel or get it back on the wheel if I take it off. So, Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, member and a moderator of 4 years here. This creator's well over 2,000 subscribers. Lots of train spotting on his channel. I see he's got another new banner, another new avatar. He's freshened up the channel a few times, and he actually gives us a lot of updates about what we can expect from the channel in live streams occasionally. Now, there's a lot of train spotting here. He might be filming the trains themselves, the stations they depart from, and he does a lot of outdoor live streaming as well. He might be taking a trip, and he gives us lots of tips and tricks if we're going to do some traveling ourselves as well. When we look at his channel, though, we also see that once in a while he'll do a random vlog or even an unboxing video. When we get into his live streams, he might be playing a game like trivia or doing a Q&A or, like I said, channel updates. And like I said, a lot of outdoor live streaming. This creator's really increased the number of productions he's putting out, which is great. Over 1,500 videos on the channel, if you can imagine that. Of course, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's got shorts over here that bring pure variety to the channel. These have gotten into 3,800, 4,900, even 6,100 views and beyond. And what we were talking about earlier is he took over our Stream Boss position. So that's the video game life meter you see under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure. So that will again be Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. And next up is Prez the Investor. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And next up is another financial channel. It's the Bankroll was here earlier as well. Big Family Expedition, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at these financial channels, we see creators that want to help us. And I'm grateful to have a lot of financial channels in the Superchat family now, because most of us are thinking about monetization. So wouldn't it be a wonderful idea if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come through that monetization? Prez the Investor is going to help us with this. Very forthcoming about their own portfolio, their own investment plays. They talk about technical aspects like ETFs and dollar cost averaging and dividends and things like that. They're getting close to 500 subscribers. They literally only have 8 to go. So it's an exciting and important milestone. We'd like to get them a little bit closer today. There are often charts and graphs in this creator's videos and especially the live streams. And they do a lot of collaborating. So there's Lisa J. Stocks with them right there. Prez the Investor has gotten into over 600 views on these shorts. As they post more and more, they'll likely continue to grow. And they're live, I think it's almost twice a day sometimes, right? I'm not sure if they expect to do that every day or if you're alternating. I'm still trying to figure this out, whether they're doing every morning and afternoon or if it's every other day. But they're on frequently. And Prez the Investor, like I said, will have charts and graphs for us to see. They talk about all the different moves, what's up, what's down, and why that is, which is the most important part of it. So hopefully everybody will connect with Prez the Investor. They are another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and have been ever since finding the Superchat family just a few months ago. I'm not sure if it's 6 months yet. But it's great to have you here. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. We've still got another 45 minutes to go or so. I'm going to try not to go overtime today, so we might speed things up when we get back from this break. But what we'll do right now is go for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from the upcoming episode of our interview podcast video series. This features Unstable TV from what was Ireland. They now moved to Australia. We talk about that in the interview and some of the differences that they found with their YouTube channel since then. And all of the creators that are featured in this interview series have conversations that go on with myself for an hour to 2 hours long. This is just a 3-minute clip. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion with you.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail and that did make a big difference. Like, They're what thumbnail are we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. All right, we're just about back. I think I forgot to spin the wheel there right before we went on that break, so I spun it in the background. Let me know if I made a mistake, but we're looking at Starika now. So this is another creator that's here with us occasionally. They've got over 1,600 subscribers, and we'd love to push them towards the 1,700 we know that they're thinking about. They bring us coins and collectibles. So they're going to talk about numismatic collectible coins, other currency from around the world, and then some kinds of art that have been made with metal, and the artists that make them will be featured in the stories that are told on the channel. So This creator, I'm still getting to know as a channel with the latest videos. I think what I'm going to do is take one of your latest ones. I'll take the $2 Tuesday video. I'll put this into my catch-up list to give me another piece of content to watch. But when we get into shorts on this channel, we see that these have already started to move into 2,500, 8,200 views and beyond, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a while since they've done these, but we've always got notification bells on for every single channel to give us the best chance of catching each other when we're going to do things like drop video shorts and live streams and premieres. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen, and it looks like it's going to be Marketplace Boutique. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. The creator behind this channel is Jody, and this creator wants to help educate us about the ideas behind e-commerce, particularly buying and selling on platforms like eBay. She'll literally take us around to either flea markets or shopping to find some of the things that she ends up turning around to sell. Sometimes even collections of things are bought and then split up so that they can be sold individually. The idea, of course, is to try to make a profit while giving everybody a good deal. She's been doing this since 1998 after a career change and working in law. Now, I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. Now, she's really expanded the content on the channel over the last many months. This creator's doing a lot of live streaming. They take us out for occasional walks around their area or exploring different places as well. But it seems to flow nicely with the rest of the content because, like I said, Jody's taking us shopping to find some of the things that she ends up selling on her channel. Shorts over here bring pure variety, but she's done really well with pure variety in her shorts videos that have gotten into 12,000, 14,000, even 19,000 views on one of these. That one's still getting views. And then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, she's been streaming frequently, and as it is, there's just in the last 10 days, there's 7 more streams. So it's almost every other day by the look of it, every 2-3 days, which is great. So it's been a few days now, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one. Seems like maybe not the best camping trip that led to the title of that live stream. So you're making me laugh with that. But Marketplace Boutique is working on 1,200 subscribers as well. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're here with us just about every day. I cleared a few names off the wheel again, so if any of our members are listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Next up is Wheat's Art, and this is an art channel from a creator we already know and love called Wheat and Shaw, and they bring us not only the art that they're creating on their channel, but the tools that they're going to use to make that art as well. So I'm going to take the latest video. They just put this up a few days ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them or get caught up with them. And then thank you, John H. Shelton. I've got you on the wheel. Wheat's Art, you get an idea from the thumbnails about the kind of art that they're bringing to us. My favorite Sharpie markers, of course. Actually, I finally have one on my desk now. I've got them in the truck. I've got them in the bags I carry around. I've got them in my office, at home, everywhere. I love Sharpie markers. Wheat's Art has got shorts on this channel that have gotten into 1,300 and even 2,900 views now, which is great to see. And let me show you their original channel. This one can be a little bit edgy, but it's always fun. Wheat and Shaw brings fun into everything that they do. And it's pure variety on this channel, as a matter of fact, as well. When you look at their About page, you'll get an idea a lot of the collecting that they bring. But then as well, more variety. I've got a notification on for a premiere they've got coming up on Sunday. as a matter of fact, and then they post fairly frequently, as we can see, almost once a week on average. Shorts on their channel feature more variety, but these have gotten into 2,500, 3,900, 5,000 views and beyond. And then live streams. The conversation can go anywhere once they start, of course, but usually they start off with a lot of fun, like I had mentioned. They've got one scheduled for tomorrow. That one's been a long time coming. But we'll see what they're going to do with that live stream. Hopefully I'll make it in there. And they're working on 700 subscribers, so we'd love to get them a little bit closer to that milestone. Wheat and Shaw's been a long-time friend, and it's great to see that they've got both channels rolling. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll see what's happening with Coastal Water. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Follow the Bradley's Fun's been here for a little while now. When we look at Coastal Water, we see a longtime friend. I used to refer to Coastal Water and her husband's channel, Backlash Fisherman, as part of the homesteading community because they're very prominent as supporters in that community. But I've grouped a lot of different categories together. So Coastal Water came to us after her husband, Backlash Fisherman. We'll look at his channel in a quick second. Which is Fishing First. And I talk about a lot of channels that bring us outdoor content like fishing, camping, hiking, bushcraft, as well as gardening, homesteading, farming, and ranching, because a lot of the creators behind these channels seem to have a similar sense of generosity, wanting very much to share knowledge and resources with others. So Coastal Water and her husband are very much the same. Lots of family togetherness between these creators. The biggest complaint that I've gotten on YouTube in the last 7 years, over and over and over again, is why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find different in real life friends and family members, in this case a husband and wife combo with separate channels that are supporting each other wholeheartedly. Now Coastal Water will do a lot of cooking, so will Backlash Fisherman actually, but Coastal Water will take us out as well for a lot of outdoor content. She brings us into the kitchen where her and her husband share responsibilities there. They give us a chance to go out on adventures. She might do the occasional unboxing video. She's got shorts over here on Coastal Water that have gotten into 3,400 and one over 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. I caught her this morning again, but she often takes us out for a ride along to give us an idea of what's going on in her day. She's got a series called Cooking with Coastal. And then when we get over to her husband's channel, which is Backlash Fisherman, we're going to see a lot of similar content, especially when we get to the live streams. Now, he will take us fishing. It's Fishing First on this First Responders channel. And he will take us for ride-along live streams like what we saw from his wife, Coastal Water. He does a lot of StreamYard panels, too, and has other creators come up and talk. And then he will bring shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have done well, getting into 3,800, 6,200 views and beyond. And videos on the channel where, like I said, it's Fishing First. But this creator and his wife both have a lot of family togetherness between the two of them. So hopefully everybody will connect with Backlash Fisherman and Coastal Water. And they're longtime friends as well. They've been with us at least 3 years. And like I said, I caught Coastal Water this morning. These two between them are on almost every day. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, comes to us from the UK. There's a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us about 4 years now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel, and then we'll look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, who's dropping another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. We get back to spinning the wheel right after. So we'll look at Dark Swordsman Gaming in a moment. When we look at John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, I'm going to talk about their content in a second here. We see a creator that I would consider more to be a filmmaker. They literally talk about storytelling, almost like scripts here. There's some poetry and other art. They've got a brand new video here. Yeah, I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list, see what they've got going on with this. Playlist can be a great tool for keeping caught up with creators. They're doing a great job of posting in advance now with lots of premieres coming up. Premieres can be a great way to build an audience and give your videos a head start. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,000, even 1,600 views. This creator's an incredibly passionate Godzilla fan as well. We see that from them. And they mention on their About page they do a lot of vlogging, as well as they do some music on the channel. A lot of classic movies they'll talk about. They've got live streams on the channel as well, up to about a month ago. They do these occasionally, but hopefully everybody will connect with John H. Shelton, John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, and then see what else they've got coming on. I'm unsure whether they're running the second channel right now or not. John H. Shelton has been known to have more than one channel, but we'll see if they're we'll see if they're still working on that or going to be bringing that back. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming is coming up next. So right before we go and look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, we're going to go on a break for 3.5 minutes, but we'll make this one a short one and we'll come right back. All right, we're just about back. So we're going to look at Dark Swordsman Gaming. This is a longtime friend who just dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before, for which I'm grateful. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Just Jason Keto and more, Canadian Family Life and Scratch and PPA. Yes, saving the best for last, it seems. Although Chef Mama Bliss is back in the house, so I put them back on the wheel. And Travels and Gardening with DJ has been added as well. As promised, I always add at least a couple of names from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of the stream, but we have been on for well over 2.5 hours now. So I'm going to move quickly through these channels. Now, Dark Swordsman Gaming, of course, is going to give us gameplay, and they mix up many different games. I believe I heard about Stardew Valley from this creator for the first time, took interest in that, and learned that that might be the biggest independent game ever made. But they really mix up a lot of popular titles here, including games I had not otherwise seen before, which is great. They post frequently. As you can see, they're just posting tons and tons and tons of content. When we get into live streams, they mix up the gameplay even more. Lots of popular titles here: Kingdom Hearts, Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy, of course, and they live stream occasionally. So hopefully we'll see some more live streams from this creator, as well as I know I've pushed the idea of shorts as an idea just because gaming channels can do well with them. The other thing too I haven't talked about a lot lately, Reddit changed up a little bit of their format on their website or app or whatever you want to call it. And they took away, unfortunately for right now, I imagine they don't understand that it used to be easier to share on Reddit. That's why I had done it so much. A few years ago, I was in the top 10% for the planet for sharing on Reddit, and that's just slowed right down now. Used to be as fast as Twitter, and they hopefully will update that. But the reason why I mention Reddit is because gaming channels in particular can gain traffic. Anybody can. Reddit is like, it's almost all links over there. Sometimes there's images and memes and things like that, but a lot of it is links. You can almost think of it like a Facebook group or something like that, where people are just posting interesting things that they find. So if you find somebody looking for something similar, to something you've posted, you have a chance to be found over there. So lots of creators have let me know they've gained traffic from Reddit, but gaming channels particularly seem to do the best when they're promoting YouTube videos. You have to be careful on Reddit because it's known for trolling and harassment and things like that. But if you take a moment to learn about it and post your videos in the appropriate places where they're meant to be promoted, then you can find some traffic over there. We have a subreddit called Superchat where anybody can post any video. And then we've got a Facebook group you can post over there as well if you'd like to. So sorry, Dark Swordsman Gaming, these are just ideas. This is a longtime friend. They've been with us for what I think is almost 4 years as well. 175 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200 that they're thinking about. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up onto the screen. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I know Chef Mama Bliss came back in, so like I said, I put them back on the wheel, and we're going to look at Canadian Family Life now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So what we're looking at right now is a creator who's a fellow Canadian that comes to us from New Brunswick, and they are working on 3,500 subscribers now. It's one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Superchat family. They've given me a little bit of insight as to why they're growing so rapidly, but I believe the biggest reason is because of the support that Tiffany, the creator behind the channel, is giving to others. You recognize her because she's featured on so many other creators' channels. You might have even seen her today in a a couple of thumbnails. She hops in on a lot of StreamYard panels and things like that. On her channel, what she brings to us are a lot of grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos, a lot of homesteading ideas, including container gardening, occasional unboxing videos. And Canadian Family Life has got some shorts that have really moved. We've watched some of these grow from 2,500 to 2,800, one over 5,500, which is great to see. Of course, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and live streams on the channel as well. Canadian Family Life usually brings these out every few weeks, and we'll be looking forward to catching up with Tiffany and the family. We see Chris's Creation Fun featured in the thumbnails, of course, and this channel's freshened up their banner and their avatar several times. When we look at Tiffany's husband's channel, Chris's Creation Fun, we see some 3D printing that they started with, and then some do-it-yourself videos as well, working on either the container garden there with some grow lights, or working on the 3D printer when that's necessary, and some solar equipment as well. Shorts on this channel have just started, but already into hundreds of views, which is great to see, and now long past the first 100 subscribers. So hopefully we can push Chris's Creation Fun towards the 200 we know they're going to be thinking about now. And when we spin the wheel, we see Just Jason, Keto, and More's coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Just Jason, Keto, and More was live last night again. This creator's live every Thursday night, and they talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He might have been making some chaffles just today, as a matter of fact. He's got a premiere coming up for tomorrow. Hopefully I'll catch that. I've got the notification on, even though I've got the notification bell on for every channel, of course. Just Jason, Keto, and More is known for helping us with a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Tons of recipes on the channel. Easy to follow, easy to make, only a few ingredients. That's what I like about them the most. Lots of product reviews as well. He can help us make sense of some of the ingredients we're going to find in products that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a lot of guests on his channel. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. We saw her earlier in the chat. Cindy DeMonch. He's got a lot of other influencers on the channel that share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, their trials, tribulations, so that they can give us inspiration and motivation when it comes to our own healthy eating and healthy living. He's literally willing to drive hundreds of miles away to bring us informative content from places like Ketopalooza. He expects to be back this year, and then he's got shorts on the channel, and these have done really well. There's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 5,000, 6,000 views, one over 22,000, which I've seen, as a matter of fact. And then I wondered about that. Yeah, Just Jason, Keto, and More put that video for tomorrow up to while Superchat's been on today. He's here just about every single live stream, or every one that he can be. He's a fellow Canadian, actually, and I've met up with him a couple of times, which is cool. I'm always up for in real life meetups. Just Jason, Keto, and More, like I said, does live streams every Thursday. Once in a while, if he has to skip a week, he'll drop a premiere. But he also does cook-alongs occasionally, so I think that's meant to be around once a month or so. Sometimes in his live streams he's got a guest, sometimes he's by himself, but always with a vibrant community that also wants to motivate and inspire, especially when we have questions or comments in the chat. So next up is going to be Chef Mama Bliss. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at Chef Mama Bliss, we see one of our longest standing members here in the Tuber Chat family. They've literally been with us for years. This creator has got a brand new video from just a few days ago, so I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. They got a ton of delicious looking content on this channel. Of course, this is not only a professional chef, but an educator when it comes to that as well. You can get that information on their About page. When we look at Chef Mama Bliss, they're getting dangerously close to that 500 subscribers. We know that's an important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey these days. We'd love to get them possibly even up to that level, but close to it either way. And then they've got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into 400 views and beyond. Those will continue to grow as they post more and more, and then live streams are something they've experimented with. We'll keep an eye on the channel, and we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Next up is Travels and Gardening with DJ. A couple times during the stream as a minimum, I will add a couple of names to the wheel for channels that are actively engaged in conversation over the course of this 3-hour stream. We're usually here for 3 hours. So Travels and Gardening with DJ is always prominent in the chat, as today, and this creator is now working on 1,200 subscribers. So they bring a bit of variety on the channel. They give us a lot of updates and information about their intentions. You get an idea from the About section about what to expect right now. They've posted quite a few videos in the last week and a half. I'm behind, but I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I always talk about. Playlists can be a great tool for keeping or getting caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel bring a lot of outdoor content, but they've gotten into 1,600 and 1,800 views, which is great to see. Pardon me. And then live streams are an idea that's been experimented with. They did one a couple of days ago. Hopefully we'll catch them for another one soon. I see Backyard Trucker coming in, so I'm just going to get their channel onto the wheel. We'll spin between these couple of creators. It was almost save the best for last that time. And Scratch and PPA is coming up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Scratch and PPA brings an interesting twist in lottery ticket scratching where he pits 2 tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA for the last 3.5 years or longer has been posting with perfect consistency, where every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern comes a premiere, and if you can catch us for one of those, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Presentation has always been at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by colorful thumbnails which feature content as well as a hint about the giveaways that happen during his Scratch Challenge series of videos. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 3.5 years ago. Now, Scratch and PPA also took a trip to Italy last year, and this creator brought us vlogging-style shorts, which I thought were really cool and unique, and gave us a look around all the different areas he visited in Italy, along with some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen as well. And a live stream is first ever. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. I know a lot of people will be excited about his expansion of content on the channel. And he is obviously a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, literally seeming to be everywhere all the time. And then let's spin the wheel. Backyard Trucker is coming up right now. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, and we're here several times a week most often, but I do appreciate every moment, of course. And then we should expect to see everybody again on Monday. I forget if I mentioned to everybody what time it would be, but probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon Eastern. And we will try to put one more stream out on Wednesday or Thursday before we get around to next Saturday's premiere, which will be another interview. The full episode will be almost 2 hours, where I talk to Danielle and James from Unstable TV, who've long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So hopefully everybody will look forward to that. So thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Butler Family Farm has their 40th wedding anniversary live stream tomorrow. So hopefully everybody will get to their channel, set your notification for that. They're going to do a giveaway. I think they're planning to go as long as it takes to give away 40 different things, if I'm not mistaken. And then what we're looking at right now is Backyard Trucker, another creator who's here with us just about every single day. They're working on 800 subscribers now. They found some incredible success last week when they had a couple of live streams that just went through the roof. They literally had here 125 people or something like that watching for a long period of time. They are live just about every single day. They do a lot of ride-along live streams, and it's great to see the channel starting to really explode from the activity. I believe the biggest reason is because the channel's so active, but this creator as well is out supporting others, and they put some consideration into the titles that they put out. They let me know the other day they think the title was a big part of that day. Right place, right time, I guess. And then shorts on the channel have done well. 12,000 on several of these. One over 13,000, and they post videos frequently as well. They let us know. Just a simple guide putting anything and everything online for everybody to enjoy. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll see everyone again soon. I'll make a quick exit, and we're back on Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.